because once these fish hit the sandbar, they just bounce off. It's incredible how many fish we've actually lost this morning. If we were in a competition, we would certainly be failing, that's sure. So again, I don't think I'm going to get this one in. That's why I haven't said too much. So pretty much going to bounce off it. They've just all been bouncing off on this sandbar this morning. So I'd say we would have easily hooked over 20. So I'm just going to play this fish out. And it comes. So there we go, we've got 2 on camera. My goodness, the amount of fish we've hooked has been incredible. That's just on that iron candy from CID, flapping about there with the assist hooks. The crew's had enough, they're packing up. They are well and truly over it. We have worked so hard for our fish this morning. So beautiful little herring. Good morning everyone, how you going? And welcome back to another episode. This is going to be a very challenging session, I believe. We've got strong southeast winds, we're on an open beach, we've got a lot of swell, we've got some side currents, so I don't know what we're going to find today, but I'm going to put the chest cam on. The sun's slowly creeping up this morning and we'll see if we can find any fish. I think we're going to struggle to find some fish. So this morning's challenge is I'm going to be fishing with lures only. I've brought down again probably my favourite rod. I've been running it now for 2 weeks. The 9'6" Assassin Affinity. Absolutely super light, dream to cast it. I pair that up with a 5K spinning reel, PE 1.2 braid. A challenge for me, I'm going to throw metal slicers, small to large stick baits. All you need is, it's that simple, just a little tray. I'll shine this when the sun's on as well. I'll show you this when the sun's on, but I'm going to be throwing some larger metal slicers to start with. Then I'm going to drop down to the 21 gram and 30 gram sprats. Then I've got the shiver sticks and selection of small stick baits, micro jigs, got some split rings if I need them, some more fast attached clips. So you can keep these sessions really simple and super fun. Obviously I'll shut the case up now for any other walkers or anyone comes past, but very simple and a lot of fun when the fish want to come in and play. So let's put the chest cam on and let's get down the water and see what we can find. Managed to jag something here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it connected. It feels pretty good actually, but anything feels good when you're fishing with this Affinity from Assassin. It is a beautiful rod. I don't know what this is. I got absolutely smashed the cast before and missed the hook up, and this thing's come back in, so it's got a fair bit of weight to it. But I think it's because there's a lot of swell too. We're going to see if we can actually get this one on camera. Oh, what is this? And as I said, I lose most of my fish in this front section as that fish is swimming against with that water pushing back. So you just take your time, enjoy the fight. I have got a lot of seaweed on this line as well, taking drag, so I don't know what this is. Could be a foul hooked herring, or it could be a nice tailor. So I'm just going to take my time, keep the line tight, try to keep the rod as low as I can so I can get a look at this fish. And here we go. So we get the first fish in. Can we? Oh, we got a herring, a small herring side hooked. Oh, that was still fun. Definitely missed the larger fish before, but a nice little West Australian herring on the 21 gram sprat. So I'll probably keep this profile on and see if we can get another one. Beauty. Oh, well, we got a fish. Half a success at this stage. That wind is not very nice as well. We'll put this one in the bucket and we'll go again. Beautiful. Just taken off the 21 gram silver sprat. I probably had about 3 or 4 hookups. Just with these really challenging conditions, a strong side current, this larger swell. Just finding it really hard to keep the hooks connected to the fish. I've just put on probably my favourite micro jig for the beaches, my 15 gram. This is my pink, blue and silver. Pretty sure it is a Major Craft one as well. So I've caught a lot of good fish on this. Again, I've rigged it up. It's got a circle on the top and 2 assist hooks on the bottom. I'm just deciding whether I'm actually going to be able to throw my smaller shiver sticks this morning. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get them out past those waves. Now the fish will be in this front section, but you need to get your lure obviously past the wave so you've got as much time as possible to work the lure back. But I said I probably hooked 3 or 4 fish with that sprat and landed one. So I decided to put the micro jig on. I'm only going to have 2 or 3 casts. I'll probably go back to a larger metal while the sun still hasn't creeped up on the water. We've got 5:30 is the time now, so I think probably got half an hour to see if we can find some more fish. And that just, again, like I said, just in that front section, ripped it in and it come and grabbed it. It's just about trying to keep the hooks in and that one through the hooks. So I think today will be the day of losing fish. But that followed that all the way in. I'm just gently hopping that back through. We'll do another 2 casts and then we'll change it again. Well, it is a challenge. So I've just put on the little iron candy. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get this out anywhere to find a fish. But yeah, these sessions that are super challenging, they just make you, I guess, appreciate the times you have. And we've got Quinton's hooked up there, I believe. I won't put too much pressure on him to get this one in. He's worked really hard today as well for his fish. We'll just wait and see what he's got here. What's he got? Here it comes, keeping the rod tip low, just keeping a gentle wind on the line. And hang on. And they got it in. It was a combination. He's got himself a herring on the lure. Okay, it was a team effort. That pretty much typifies the morning session. Really, really challenging. I think this one I'll just have 2 casts with the iron candy. I'll go back to the sprat. As I've said, I think Sunday looks, got a bite then, got a hit. How did that not stay connected? There we go, that's better. So just keep the rod tip down. But I said, you're gonna lose a lot of fish with these conditions. So that was on the iron candy from CID, just a little, imitates, it looks really quite similar to a whitebait. So I'm just keeping that rod tip down. It's gonna let the waves hopefully bring in the fish for me. I got a really good whack before that came back and had another, had a second bite of the cherry, as they say. Got Mark over there working hard as well for some fish. Like I said, we all sort of come to the conclusion it was going to be a tough morning. And I think this one is doing its best to... Where are you? And it's popped off, just like that. So this is the morning of how to lose fish. All right, I'm gonna go again with the CID iron candy. So that little sandbar there, what the fish actually do is they actually turn and they swim back towards the open sea, and that's a lot of the time, that's when you're gonna pop the hooks. All right, we'll try again. I've said last lure change about an hour ago. Just feels fishy, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to catch fish. I've probably hooked now easily 20 herring and I landed one. So what we'll probably end up doing with this is we'll make this part 1 and then we'll come back on Sunday when it's going to be more favourable, hopefully, and see if we can put together a better session for you on camera. But this is definitely, it's just it's the reality of fishing. It's just how it goes. This is a typical metro land-based session. Not always going to catch fish, and that is the absolute reality. So I just put the iron candy back on. Like, it feels fishy, like, you got overcast, you got swell, you got wind, you got birds going up and down. It just doesn't mean, you know, your expectations are gonna be what the reality is. Because once these fish hit the sandbar, they just bounce off. It's incredible how many fish we've actually lost this morning. If we were in a competition, we would certainly be failing, that's sure. So again, I don't think I'm going to get this one in. That's why I haven't said too much. So pretty much going to bounce off it. They've just all been bouncing off on this sandbar this morning. So I'd say we would have easily hooked over 20. So I'm just going to play this fish out. And it comes. So there we go, we've got 2 on camera. My goodness, the amount of fish we've hooked has been incredible. That's just on that iron candy from CID, flapping about there with the assist hooks. The crew's had enough, they're packing up. They are well and truly over it. We have worked so hard for our fish this morning. So beautiful little herring. Look, they're out there, they're absolutely out there. There'll be flathead under them, there'll be skippy. There'll be all sorts of fish, but you know, just because it looks good doesn't mean the fish are going to play the game. So we'll get this one in the bucket. And will we have another cast? That's the question, not sure. Beautiful little herring. Phew. Oh, well, that's a wrap. Call it a morning. I was going to show you the water. Look, it looks really fishy, but this front section here is quite annoying. It's not holding bait, it's not holding any fish, and you're having to walk out, you know, past those waves. That swell is quite large this morning. Really nice overcast conditions. The wind's actually eased a little bit. It feels like there would be some good fish floating around. It was one of those sessions though that I wanted to show how challenging it can be on these open beaches. I like to fish a lot of reef and structure, but you know, sometimes I just like to hit an open beach, have a cruisy session, throw some lures around. You know, off these beaches, we can pick up flathead, skippy, herring, whiting, tailor, mulloway, snapper. We have such an amazing coast and such a vast range of species we can target. But this session was a challenging one. I'm probably going to hit a local reef tomorrow, throw some lures for some tailor. And we'll come back here Sunday. We'll bring the cameras back Sunday just to show you a comparative to what you can expect when you've got better conditions. So Sunday we should have lower swell, should be quite comfortable fishing. Hopefully this front section won't be here, but we're going to pack it up. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little video of how to drop fish and how to lose fish. But that is the absolute reality of fishing, and I wouldn't want it any other way to show you legends just literally how it does, you know, how it goes off these beaches. A lot of hours for very few fish at times, you know, and when you get those ripper sessions, you really do appreciate, you know, when you're having these tougher times, you know, that they're just a really good session just around the corner. As I said, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Time to pack up, call it a day. I've got my salt fix. See you in the next one. Cheers.